Hello, everyone. Welcome. I want to thank everybody for coming out. I know it was a tough night. A lot of people are having a hard time getting here. A few of the candidates have canceled. The moderate party for Lieutenant Governor Giuliano. Okay, she's not going to make it. And Elizabeth Roberts is not going to make it either tonight. She's a little busy. But everyone who is here, I appreciate every single one of you. I'm going to read this compact that we have, the Rhode Island Voter Coalition Compact. Whereas the elected representatives have become disconnected from the voters who elected them, and to direct communication between elected officials and the people they represent is essential to a healthy government as prescribed by our founders. The Rhode Island Voter Coalition has been formed to facilitate this direct communication by periodically inviting representatives, candidates, and voters to meet in fair and impartial forums where they can share opinions and educate in a respectful and constructive way. We have these compacts. I think Gina has some over there at the table if you guys want to sign a compact. This is all we ask is you promise to do is learn how your government works, educate ourselves on the issues of the day, participate in the process not merely by voting, but also to keep in touch with our representatives throughout the year and hold them accountable for actions taken or not taken. And with that, also our guy that does the video, Adam, and the mics and all that, he's not here. He's not going to make it. And the moderator, he is also swamped. So he's not here. But we have Dan Rzuski, Tea Party Radio is here. He's going to do the moderating for us. And we're going to kick it off with the state reps. And you want to introduce him, Dan?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay.
We'll get going. District 31 or 32?
We're going to have Malcolm. I'm all for it.
Okay. All right, there you go.
Yeah, we don't have any mics either.
So we're looking like we're sharing out here tonight. We can do that. All right, so we have Larry Earhart from District 32. Is up here. We have James Haley, I believe, from District 31. That's going to be joining us. A little louder, okay. Dawson Hodges from District 35 will be joining us up here also. And Doreen Costa from District 31. All right, we're going to be doing each one of the candidates here will be doing a 5-minute stump. After that, we're going to be opening it up to questions. There'll be 1 minute for your question. I've got a bell, so I'm going to keep you holding to that 1 minute. And then we'll also be doing the same thing for the candidates up here. 1 minute with a 1 minute and a 30-second answer on that with a 15-second cooler. So I'll ring the bell after a minute and a half, and we'll let you know when you have your 15-second cooler on that. Then I'll ring it again, let you know when we're cutting you off. All right? So I'm going to pass the mic down to Larry, and we'll start with him. Thank you.
Thank you, and good evening, and welcome to North Kingstown. I am the sitting representative from District 32, and we're literally right smack in the middle of my district now, so it's great that all of you could make it down here. What I'd like to do is just give you a little background as to what's going on in the General Assembly, which I think could serve as a reference for all of our discussions this evening. Basically, Rhode Island's in very serious trouble, and I think you all know that. That's why you're here tonight. We have a current deficit of $200 million in this year's budget, $400 million for next year, and it drops off the cliff after that when the stimulus money goes away. The House leadership has had the governor's remedial plan, the supplemental budget, before them since 2 weeks before Christmas. 3.5 months, they've done nothing with it yet. Moody's has a AA credit rating on us now, but with a negative watch, meaning that they are literally watching what we do with this budget problem, and our rating will go down if we don't do something to solve it. Our unemployment insurance fund is bankrupt. It's going to be $300 million in the red by the end of this year. Our roads need another $300 million a year of restoration and construction work in addition to what we're spending now. The director of DEM estimates that we need something like $1 billion just to get our septic systems and sewer plants up to date, and that was before the disaster up in Warwick. New York Times yesterday came out with a survey. Rhode Island has the second highest in the nation in terms of our ratio of our bonded debt plus unfunded pension liability over domestic product, a staggering ratio. What's frustrating or discouraging about this is I've been fighting this for 8 years now and working with Governor Kachiri and others trying to do this. And every time we cut expenses and trim pension plans, etc., things don't get better, they just get worse. Most important thing now, and what's going on over the next 6 months, is to watch the direction that this government takes. When we elected a new Speaker of the House, Gordon Fox, back in February, that represented a decided shift to the left in the General Assembly. When I first went out there in 2004, there were 15 Republicans out of 75. Now there are only 6 of us. We 6 plus another 15 Democrats voted against Gordon Fox for Speaker. Obviously we lost. One of the best ways of summarizing this situation was an op-ed piece that was done by Representative Arthur Corvese. It was in the Providence Journal back on March 9th. Art is a conservative Democrat. He voted against Gordon Fox. And I believe that what he wrote in the paper is one of the most profound and accurate summaries of what's going on right now and what we have to be watching for over the next 6 months. So if you'll bear with me, please, I will exclude certain phrases that I don't think are relevant to tonight's conversation, but this is all available on the ProJo website. You get the full text. This is what Arthur wrote. I believe that Gordon Fox's stance on major issues is too far to the left for the good of Rhode Island. Speaking strictly for myself, I would say that a Fox speakership will inevitably include, but not be limited to, an increase in the state income tax, a lack of constitutionally sound state limitations on illegal immigration, an economic development policy overly influenced by environmental enthusiasts. I firmly believe that neither my constituents in North Providence nor the taxpaying electorate at large want this agenda for our state. And should Speaker Fox decide that he may not want to proceed to pursue the aforementioned agenda, he will have no choice, because he will be forced to do so by his liberal supporters inside and outside the House chamber. Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on right now and will carry through November is a battle for the heart and soul of Rhode Island. What happens on Election Day in November will determine the balance of the House chamber going forward. The liberals, the progressives as they call themselves, are waging an all-out war to increase their numbers even further and lock up the Speaker for the Gordon Fox leadership. The conservative Democrats are fighting for their lives to maintain their position and take back some seats, and the Republican candidates as well are doing that. The way that election tumbles in November is going to determine how we go forward. That's why it's critically important that all of you really get out there and work to get good candidates, whether they be Republican or Democrat. They need to be conservative, and they need a huge amount of support if we're going to turn this thing around. Thank you.